What's up, fight fans? This is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk, Wladimir Klitschko. Get this. Oleksandr Usyk explains how Wladimir Klitschko helped him improve as a boxer. Usyk has explained the role that Klitschko has during the early stages of his career, helping him defend heavier punches as he plotted his way to the heavyweight division. Oleksandr Usyk says that Klitschko was a huge help for him in his early part of his heavyweight career. The Ukrainian, of course, defeated Anthony Joshua, and he's also defeated Derek Chisora. But Usyk has explained the importance of Klitschko during his career, who prepared him to defend from heavier punches. He says, of course, he was fighting for 11 years, and there was a lot to learn from him, Usyk said. I was in his camp too, so there was a lot of things to learn. All my life has been a fight, talking about guys who are heavier, weight or not. Okay, if he's heavier, but probably his punches will be stronger. By that just means I have to defend myself well. Wow. Let me counterpunch. I think Klitschko was a great reminder that, or a great example of a bigger heavyweight, the ideal heavyweight these days, okay? Because the ideal heavyweight now is 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Joe Joyce, etc. But Klitschko was that guy before that guy. You know, him, Lewis. Why do you think Lewis was so successful? You know, but despite his superb boxing skills and tenacity in the ring and craftsmanship and punch placement and ring IQ and all that stuff, he was big, his size. He made his size work for him. Okay, so guys like Klitschko was beating guys simply off sheer size, keeping them back behind the jab, you know, landing those big right hands and left hooks, you know, lunging left hooks, right uppercuts, left uppercuts. You know, these were coming from men much, much, much bigger. You know, so the amount of pressure, the amount of force that was landed within these punches would take people out. You better ask Alexander Povetkin. You better ask Kubrat Pulev. You better ask a lot of guys that seen their demise from Wladimir Klitschko. Okay, and or Vitali, but he was talking about Wladimir in particular. Being there with him, he understood getting hit with these shots, getting hit with these heavy shots, built me a resistance, made me understand, like, look, certain punches I could block and defend against, certain punches I could defend against without blocking, moving, bobbing, weaving, ducking, slipping. Those type of things got him to the point where, look, I got to get better at what I'm doing, because if I'm not, I'm going to get knocked out. Because these guys are bigger than me. See, Oleksandr Usyk is 6'3". Like, I'm 6'2", but he's about an inch taller than me, right? I never met him in person, but, you know, I'm 6'2", he's 6'3". So if he's 6'3", that's the old ideal heavyweight, not the new standard, but the old. 6'2", 6'3" was the classic, okay, heavyweight, Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton and George Foreman. Those guys like that were the ideal back then, 40, 50 years ago. Okay, now it's a new time. People look and review guys like that small in comparison to someone 5'5", 6'5", and 6'6". Okay, so we're looking at a whole different medium at this point, right? And what he learned how to bob and weave, you know, because he knows the importance. And somebody that had pretty much everything in his arsenal, the jab, the hook, the right hand, the uppercuts, the speed, you know, the power. He had that. So he sparred many times, and he's learned a lot about people coming at him with a lot of punches, or people landing heavier punches, you know, those devastating punches. He learned to get the hell out of the way, because if not, okay, he had to adapt, because if he didn't, he would have been out. He would have been on his back already by Joshua, Chisora, and the rest of them that he's fought. Okay, and it's good that and it just shows you what type of person he is, that he's able to give homage and respect to the people that were before him. And because a lot of people don't do that, like hell, like Floyd and Sugar Shane. Floyd once upon a time told Sugar Shane, like, hey, I look up to you. I want to be just like you as a fighter. Well, when they got in the ring, he didn't say any of that. Oh, remember, if I said it, I don't remember. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Those type of things. It just shows you the difference between mindsets of appreciation and humbleness. And that's one thing. One thing that I always will respect about anybody, that they never forget where they come from. Oleksandr Usyk's Ukrainian, of course, the Ukrainian country had two classic heavyweight champions, Vitaly Klitschko and Wladimir Klitschko. And Oleksandr Usyk is that new wave. He's that new generation. He's that next heavyweight from the Ukraine. Go figure. But he does not forget where he comes from. And it's good, and it makes you recognize how good Usyk is, because Usyk was able to defend against the best. And you understand, if he for 11 years, he known Klitschko for a long time, so he was familiar with what he was taught in the Crunk's gym with Emmanuel Stewart. So it goes back to those things that what Oleksandr Usyk he came exposed to that type of style from Wladimir that he was taught from Emmanuel Stewart. So a lot of elements and a lot of things that we really need to think about when thinking about or talking about discussing Oleksandr Usyk as a fighter. And this is just another one that you ask, like, why the hell is he so good? Why is he so defensively sound? How the hell is he able to slip and dip, and he still keeps doing that shit round after round instead of gets complacent and bow, gets knocked out? Because a lot of people get that way, but the discipline he had to keep that going, because he knew, hey, the bigger these guys are, the stronger they are, the harder they hit, the more dangerous it is. So I know I need to be on point each and every round. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Oleksandr Usyk giving homage and displaying and showing what he's learned from Wladimir Klitschko to be a heavyweight champion of the world. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.